Listen, until intimacy stops, most husbands don't realize that their wife has taken over the leadership of that marriage and that the marriage is diminishing. This is a very important topic. If you are a husband today, or hopefully be a husband in future, hang around. This is very useful information. On this discussion, I will be telling you two behavior that most husbands engage in that end their marriage in the first 10 years in that marriage. The first 10 years. So I will be telling you why they involve in this behavior and how to avoid it going forward. So let's talk about it. You know, when I was in the university, I was still a young man then. So I used to have friends. They were my classmates, obviously. So we used to go out to have lunch after class, and we used to, get together, just discuss about our courses and the area that is difficult or the area that's easy. So it's part of the social thing as well about girls and what young men usually does. I mean, that's what all men does. I mean, young men does. And so we were four, and among us, there's one guy called James. James is the quiet one. He never talk really. He have no opinion. He doesn't argue. He doesn't debate. He doesn't stand the ground for anything. He really have no thing to contribute. But he was part of us. So as time goes on, we named James Mr. Nice Man. He did not contest it. He was comfortable with that name, with that nickname, Mr. Nice Man. So he was all right with it. But one thing James did not realize is that each time he's not around, we talk about him a lot. We always say, but he doesn't even contribute at all. He doesn't have an opinion. He cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted. So we say all this on his behalf, but he's very comfortable with calling him Mr. Nice Man. The same thing is happening in some of the marriages today. That we have what I would call Mr. Nice Man Mr. Nice Guy kind of a husband. This kind of husband is the husband that allows his wife to do whatever she wants. He just go with the flow. He doesn't argue. He doesn't express his soul feeling. He have no opinion. But he just to make sure he keep peace in the family, which is a good thing. I mean, it's good to have peace in the family. But as time goes on, that strategy doesn't work. Because what happened is that the wife decided to see him as a husband that avoid tension, that doesn't confront tension. And because of that, she will obviously be on a different page. What do I mean by that? She's the one that lead the family now. She organized things. She documented. She remembers all the family affairs. She carried the weight of the family. She bear the heat. She carried the responsibility of the family. This is the responsibility that the man is supposed to be carrying as a man of the house. So as time goes on with this attitude, with this kind of environment, the woman beginning to feel that she is the only adult in the room. And when the woman begins to feel she is the only adult in the room in that marriage, that kill her that natural softness of a woman, that kill it. That kill her attraction to her husband. And that make her feel that my husband cannot be trusted. If your husband cannot be trusted for anything, if you have no attraction to your husband, if that your softness as a woman is dead because of your husband's behavior, that obviously end the marriage. That is one. There's another group of husbands that I will describe as calm husband. They are very calm. These are very funny one. This is the funny one. This kind of husband, do you know what they do? They disappear whenever there's a small tension in the family. They just disappear, whether they go for a long walk or they go for a friend's house or they just disappear, waiting for the tension to die down. And before coming home, believe me, there are husbands like that. They avoid tension. But the reason why they are doing that is obviously, to make sure there's peace in the family, which is a good thing. So if that beginning to happen, what now happen is that for him, what he's doing now is try to keep peace in the family, but his wife will begin to see him as a weak person, as a weak husband, as a husband that disappear whenever there's a small pressure in the family. So if he now see you like that, that whenever there's pressure arises, you disappear, you no longer that husband that she will trust. But for you in your mind, what you are doing is to make sure there's peace in the family, which is a good thing. But in the long run, it doesn't work. So let me say this is the bottom line right here. There have to be a leader in a relationship, whether it's a marriage or relationship, whatever it might be, there has to be a leader. If that behavior continue, if you continue to avoid pressure, continue to avoid tension, so what happens eventually, the wife will take over the leadership role. And when she now take over the leadership role, that is a different ballgame. Ballgame in the sense that sometimes as a leader, you get hot tempered. Sometimes you are frustrated because you want everyone to fall in line. You want everyone to follow your decision. So if she's not the one playing that role of a leader, you as a husband, you have to fall in line. But some husband, because of this, because of the hot temper or sometimes aggression, to make sure everything goes well in the family, decide to see that wife as unreasonable or cold person. So they need to see that she's not she's becoming too muscular in the family. And if that continues, what some of those men does is this, because they want the continuation of that marriage. So what they now do, the next approach is to shrink themselves, is to lower themselves to a level that can be accepted by their wife, because their wife is not the leader of the family. So they have to fall in line with whatever she wants. And in the long run, then, but I wouldn't say the wife is wrong, because that is the role that the husband is supposed to be playing in the first place. That is not a woman role to lead. So if you decide to give her that leadership role, so what you should expect something of this nature. So if she become angry and she become um, not not compromising the way you want, so that's where things beginning to go wrong. That way things begin to go wrong. A woman does not need another child in the family. A woman, every woman, as a matter of fact, no woman will be comfortable with a man that run away when there's a small pressure or tension in the family. No woman will be comfortable with that. So a woman will look at you and say, I don't need another child. I need a husband that I can lean on. And you are not that husband. And that is the beginning of the end of that marriage. So let me tell you what the solution will be for those husbands out there. Look, I understand you want peace. I understand you don't want confrontation. You don't want problem. That is a good thing. But you have to understand that you have to balance this whole thing. And how will you balance it? One, take over your leadership role. You are born to be a leader. That's why you are a man. That is what attract her to you in the first place. Planning. Take over planning, the family, all the family affair. Lead. Okay. And the second one, be present. Anytime there's any pressure, be present and resolve it. Any tension in the family, be there, be available, and deal with the situation as a man. Don't run away. Don't just escape because you want peace. No. Be present in the time of pressure. Be present. That is another way of making sure that your marriage take hold. Don't believe that someone else can do anything for you. Face it squarely and get it done. Yeah, that's what I have for you today. I was just walking in this beautiful weather, nice environment. It's so nice. I said, let me just pop this one out there. Hopefully someone get it. So please subscribe to the channel. Please tell me what you think. If you think there's addition or subtraction, or if you think different, let me know. I'll be very happy to hear from you. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day.